What I'm going to do here today is install a Chamberlain C450 garage door opener. First thing we'll do is remove the old garage door opener. Make sure you unplug it and lower the garage door, and then we'll remove the old one. We'll disconnect the garage door arm. Okay, I unbolted that, and now what I'll do is put a ladder up here and get ready to drop the motor head. And the very end of our rail here, it is attached to this bracket by a pin. We'll go ahead, take the safety spring off of here and take that pin out. I'm just going to rest it right here on the garage door spring. Okay, I unboxed all the items, and first thing we're going to do is go ahead, find our front piece to the rail and snap all the rest of them in there. Okay, there's a small decal and a U-shaped cutout that goes on the top, and then all of these holes in the rail sections need to be in the same position, connecting all the rails. Okay, now that we got the rail all together, we'll take and put the trolley on. Simply slide it on there. This goes towards the back. And then we have, from our hardware kit, a bolt with a square top on it. We'll go ahead, slip it through there and secure it with one of the nuts there. It's a 7/16. We'll go ahead and tighten that up. Next, in our hardware pack, we'll find our mounting bracket here. Go ahead, slide that in till that snaps in. Next, on the head unit here, we'll attach our chain spreader here. It'll go into this hole and that hole there, and it is 1/4 inch drive. Okay, you want to find in your hardware kit this special bolt here, this pulley, and on the very front of your rail, you go ahead, stick the cable end of the chain assembly, put our pulley through there, and then take a 9/16 and a lock washer, tighten that up. On the very top here, this we will go ahead, that little U-shaped tab, we'll bend it up and bend it into a 90-degree stop there. Okay, on the very back of the trolley here, you want to slide your carriage all the way to the back, place a screwdriver in the one hole there, and next what we're going to do is locate your master link right here. We're going to go take our cable end here, insert it through one of those into that item there. Place our top link on there, and this little clip will go into the grooves. Of our chain pin there. A little closer shot of it. You want to make sure that it is snapped into those grooves securely. Now on our head unit here, we're going to remove these 2 1/2-inch bolts here. Place our rail on there, reinstall those 2 bolts, and then tighten them down. Next, you're going to want to find your threaded shaft here. Place a nut on there. And then a lock washer. And we're going to find the other master link and attach this to the chain. Sometimes you may have to take a pliers and then squeeze that to get that clip on there. Now we'll place the chain over the sprocket there. It's fully extended out here, not twisted. And on the end of the trolley here, we will take our end that we just put on here. Make sure the lock washer is on there. Slide it in the hole of our trolley, and then take our other nut here and tighten that up a little bit. Before we tighten up the chain, what we want to do is ensure that our cable is in the groove of the pulley in the front. Then to keep the chain from twisting, I'm simply going to hold it here, take a 1/2-inch wrench and tighten this up until the chain on the opposite side is 1/4 from the bottom of the rail. There should be a little bit of slack in it. Now that I achieved my desired tightness on the chain there, and we'll go ahead tighten this one up here. Good idea to hold this, keep it from twisting. Go ahead and tighten that up. Okay, if you did not previously have a garage door opener installed, what you're going to want to do is bring up your garage door and then attach this header bracket to the header up there, 2 inches above where this top of the garage door curves there. Fortunately, I already have the bracket there, so I'm going to just use the bracket that's already installed, and we'll go ahead and attach the rail to the front of that. Okay, once you put the rail up there, put the pin in, you're going to want to run this little locking spring thing on there. That's what I'm going to do now. Now I'll place the head unit on a ladder. Okay, I'm working alone, so I took it off of the ladder there and I temporarily strung it up with a couple of zip ties, just temporarily. Now I'm going to open the garage door. Okay, with the garage door up, I placed a 2x4 on the top of the garage, and then on the garage door, and then I rested the rail right on top of that. And you want to center your rail with the center of the garage door support there. Okay, I have the angle brackets there bolted to the motor head there, and now I'm going to take and attach it with the leg screws up to this rafter here. Okay, now that I have the brackets secured there, I tighten those up. We can go ahead and remove our 2x4 there, and the rail will have a slight slope on it, and that's normal. Okay, we removed that 2x4 there. Now we're going to put our emergency release handle here in case your power goes out. You can disengage the trolley from the garage door opener by pulling this red cord here. Just go ahead and put a knot on there. Just put a knot in there that way. Don't unravel. There we go. What we'll do now is pull down on it so it disengages from the trolley. And the very front of the trolley, we will take and attach our arm here. The large amount of holes goes on the bottom. Slip it through here, put our pin in there, and we'll take our little ring here and secure that in there. Okay, we closed the garage door. Next, what we want to do is place our bracket on there. If you have a Craftsman, a LiftMaster, or a Chamberlain, they all use the same. It should be about 2 to 4 inches down from the top of the door. Next, what you're going to want to do is put your pin through there and your little locking spring on there. The single hole goes towards the top. Okay, we'll attach this bracket to the arm that we put on the trolley there and tighten that up. Now that I've tightened up the arm there with the lock washers and whatnot, I'm going to go and push the emergency release into the normal position. Next, what we'll do is locate your spool of bell wire there. Take a knife and split the insulation there. Next, we'll take a wire stripper and take off about 7/16 to a 1/2 inch of wire insulation. Next, we'll go ahead and put a loop on there. I'll find our little control here, our red striped wire. We'll loop on there. We'll tighten that down. Just snug it up. Don't over tighten it because it'll wreck it. And we'll do the same for our white wire here. Okay, now we'll attach the opener control here to the wall. You want to put one of your screws in there. It'll go into that slotted keyway there, and then on the front we'll flip this up and put our other screw in here. This should be located 5 feet from the floor. hardware kit comes with this set of staples here. You would just break these off and attach your bell wire to something solid and bring it up to the head unit. Okay, to connect the wall unit, we'll run the wires up through here. We have our red and our white, and I stripped back some of the insulation, and you just simply take a small flat blade screwdriver, push down on here, slip your wire through that little hole. Try to do this one-handed with the camera here. That's how you do it. Okay, next what we got to do is install our safety beams here. They have a pretty handy bracket that will snap on to the garage door rail, and to attach it to that you simply place your little screw that's in there, place it in here and tighten it up with this little wing nut. There is a green and an amber LED light here. If you have a lot of sun that's coming in, you want to have the amber one where it gets the most direct sunlight. Otherwise it'll sense that there's something in the way and you won't be able to get your garage door closed. And then we're going to mount this, snap it onto the garage door rail here, and that'll be 6 inches or less from the ground. Okay, I got them at the proper height there. I'll go and take the wire here, staple it up, and then bring it up to the head unit. Okay, after you run your wires up by the head unit there, you want to take and split the pair apart a little bit, and you'll take and strip the insulation back about a ½ inch. Take both gray wires and twist those together, and then both solid wires and twist those together. Now that we have these twisted together, we'll go and put them in the respective places up on the motorhead. And I put them in their respective places. I just pushed on that orange thing there, slipped it in, and they're in. Okay, plug the unit in, and the screwdriver that I had placed in there earlier, I removed that from the rail, and the engagement for the trolley is engaged. And now I'm going to go up on the back of the head unit and adjust the opener. Okay, to program the door, we have it locked in the trolley. We'll go and hold this center button here till it beeps, and then we'll hit our up arrow until we set where we want the garage door set. We'll hit the bottom one and we'll bring that down. And we'll hit the center button again. Okay, if your lights are not illuminated, the garage door won't work, so you would have to take and loosen this up and then turn it up or down a little bit. Make sure they're on the same height. To ensure the safety feature of the auto reverse, if it hits a solid object, that the door will reverse. You place a 2x4 in the door path and then close the door. and it should automatically reverse. The last safety test you need to do is put an object in front of the safety eyes and see if the door will close. You'll hear some clicking there, and if you do have a light bulb in there, the light bulb will be flashing.